Sorry if my mic is a little buzzy for this episode. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just gonna be this way. So, well, welcome to my favorite comic book villain. Yeah, I have two that I really like. I'm Bubs, and this is Heroes Explain. I probably should have started off with that first, but yeah, whatever. I'm trying to speed this up because Chalmers needs this computer to do school. Anyways, yeah. So my favorite comic book villain is it's tied between two. I really like these two for different reasons and stuff. The first one is the Marvel Nylas, who's from the Negative Zone, which is pretty much a parallel world. Well, not parallel. Another dimension full of negative energy and whatever. He's like this awesome insect creature. I'll probably have his picture up like I did with Man Thing on this video as well. Yeah. But yeah, he looks pretty cool. Yeah, so he's this insect creature that was on this planet in the Negative Zone. He just pretty much was living on this planet, living his life, killing creatures and stuff, until he came across an alien spaceship. Inside this alien spaceship, he found the cosmic control rod. Now, it has absolutely nothing to do with cosmic energy, but it's still just as powerful as cosmic energy. So anyways, there's these aliens back in the Negative Zone, way like early on, whatever, this civilization of intelligence and stuff, and they're, because it's the Negative Zone, their society fall apart and like got destroyed. So he finds this cosmic control rod, and he pretty much, that's his main weapon. It shoots energy blasts, it can absorb energy, it can use it to like make shields and whatever, but he doesn't really need to make shields because his armor is thick. So since he's an insect kind of like creature, he has an exoskeleton. So his like bones is like the outside, and that stuff is tough. He takes hits from a lot of people, like the Thing and the Hulk and Captain Marvel and whatever. Not the female Captain Marvel. I know a lot of people, I'm not sure, but when I mention Captain Marvel, I mostly mean the original first male Captain Marvel from the Kree Empire, not the female Carl Danvers Captain Marvel that a lot of people probably will associate Captain Marvel with due to the MCU movies and not a lot of people reading comics. So anyways, back to the thing. Annihilus, his whole thing is he wants to survive. And the way he survives, his main reason is I have to kill all my enemies before they kill me. That's how he operates. That's his whole thing. And yeah, he gets the cosmic control rod. He like persuades the insects on his planet that he's living on to like follow under him, and pretty much controls this swarm of insect creatures, and he like builds spaceships and this goes out and he becomes like one of the top dogs in the Negative Zone. He has his own sector. There's Blastar with his sector, and I think there's like two more. I could be wrong. I only know Annihilus and Blastar. I don't really read a whole lot of Fantastic Four comics, which the Negative Zone mostly takes place with them because they're the ones that found it. Anyways, Annihilus had this epic comic run called Annihilation Wave, which like there's this main series, and then there's like how stories go in the Marvel universe, whatever, comics wise. So with the whatever. So with Civil War, there's the main storyline, but of course it's affecting a bunch of other. So you have these subgenres. So like you have the main focus, which is Captain America, Iron Man, the main Avengers for Civil War. That's the main one. But you don't really see Luke Cage a whole lot in it and whatever. So Luke Cage's comic book series has like how he deals with it, and you have like Spider-Woman, her comic series of how she dealt with it, and all this stuff and whatever. But with Annihilation Wave, there's the main focus where Nylas, whatever, it's his whole campaign thing, and then you have the Skrull side, the Super Skrull. It has like a comic book series of what the Super Skrull done. There's comic series of what the Guardians of the Galaxies did during Annihilation Wave. There's the whole the Grand Accuser, the Kree dude. He's way more epic and awesome than what the movies portrayed him as. I didn't really like what they did with Ronan the Accuser in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's way like, if you want to know how epic Ronan the Accuser is, read Annihilation Wave and you will find out just how epic he was. Yeah. So anyways, the Annihilation Wave is pretty much Annihilus finally made it to Earth. I think it's 616, which is the main Marvel universe. He finally makes it to this dimension, the main dimension, I think, in the Marvel universe. But what's going on Earth is Civil War. So people probably know what Civil War is about since of the MCU movies, but it was a lot more heavy and more epic in the comics than it was in the movies. Yes, I'm that kind of guy that's like, the book's better than the movies on some stuff. I enjoyed pretty much some of like the Spider-Man movies. I've enjoyed them, but when the comics tried to mimic with the whatever, if you're a Spider-Man fan and you know what I'm talking about when the comics tried to make Peter Parker more like the movies with the insect thing, yeah. Yeah, that's a creepy, weird thing, and sorry about the cough. No editing. Boop. Yeah. So, anyways, Annihilus, he's like epic because what he does for himself. He's all about him surviving and thriving, and he doesn't team up with anyone unless he knows he can like backstab them or kill them or overpower them in some way. In the Annihilation Wave, he teams up with Thanos. That Thanos. The guy that snapped his fingers to destroy half of life to please the goddess of death. The same Thanos that cursed Deadpool with immortality so he wouldn't get close to his girl. Honestly, Thanos has a waifu complex. Oh, okay, sorry. That was funny for me. Whatever. Yeah, Thanos' waifu is dead. Don't mess with his waifu. Or get close to her. Okay, whatever. So anyways, he teams up with Thanos, the Mad Titan, the Beast, the dude. And Annihilus is just like, he never teams up with anyone unless he knows he can overthrow him. And yeah, so there's that. So I don't want to spoil Annihilation Wave if people are interested and want to read it and stuff. But I will say this. Throughout all of comic book history, you know about Galactus. Pretty sure a bunch of you nerds and comic book readers or anyone who does Marvel will hear about Galactus no matter what. So Galactus, for those who probably don't know, which is highly doubt, is a god. It's an entity, cosmic energy, going around, and he's pretty much eating planets. He's a part of the ecosystem or whatever. So he destroys planets, and then new planets get formed and whatever. He's just pretty much the guy that just goes around and destroys stuff to make way for new places to grow and whatever. And because he's not a solid entity, he just appears as whatever the species, whatever. So if I am a human, I look at Galactus, and as comic book readers, you will see Galactus looks like a human with a weird head, a hat on his head, and his garments and stuff, and he looks kind of weird, but he looks human. But if I was a Skrull, the shape-shifting people that was in Captain Marvel, who were supposed to be evil, and yeah, I have pet peeves here and there. I want the Skrulls to be evil at least once in the cinematic universe of the Marvel franchise. Just let them be evil. Let them try to conquer the world. Let the whole mayhem that occurred with... It's not Secret War. Secret War is a different thing. What was it? Secret Invasion or whatever? I don't know. Anyways, I like Skrulls as a villain because they're shapeshifters. They can mimic people's abilities. I want to see the Super Skrull attack the Fantastic Four. I want to see them as the bad guys. Sure, yeah, not all Skrulls are evil. I get that and whatever. But mostly when you see them in the Marvel Universe, they're bad. Anyways, Galactus just appears as whatever race you are. So if you're a Skrull, you see him as a Skrull-like person. If you're human, you see him as a human-like person. If you're a Shi'ar, you see him as like a Shi'ar person. If you're a Kree, you see him as like a Kree person. So anyways, he's just this cosmic energy, and he goes around and destroying stuff. So anyways, throughout comic book history, he has never, ever, except one comic book series, said he was mad, or upset, or angry. And that is in Annihilation Wave. Because Annihilus pulls the most, like, boss bro moment, and, like, uses Galactus for his trying to conquer this universe kind of deal. And at the end, Galactus is like, bro, I am mad. I am furious. I am angry. And it's the only time in comic book history that you can ever see Galactus get mad. Yeah. So he's one of my favorite. But then I have this other one who's also, like, these two tie in my mind. So Nylas is awesome because he's just like, I gotta survive. And he pulls off these epic stuff trying to survive. And it's just cool to watch. And then there's Cletus Cassidy, which many of you may know as Carnage, who is, anything. Yeah, you can guess by the name of a person who's named Carnage what he does. So just, yeah. Cletus Cassidy was a complete and utter nutjob, psychopathic murderer. He killed his dad for killing his mom, who tried to kill him because he killed his mom's dog. He pushed his aunt down a flight of stairs. He burned down an orphanage, and then he went on a killing spree, like, numerous amount of times, and then he landed in prison for life. Because he was socially disordered or whatever, psychologically damaged for experience all these deaths around him. He has issues, so he's like constantly went through therapy and stuff, and I think it's Black Belt prison. I think that's what it was called. I can't remember. Anyways, he's in this jail cell. Cletus Cassidy is completely and utter mad. But then, one day, Eddie Brock comes into his cell. Eddie Brock, the guy mostly known as Venom. If you ever watched the movies, yeah, it was nothing like that in the comics. But whatever. Eddie Brock, known as Venom, after the Venom symbiote got off of him, he was thrown in prison because Venom was considered a villain and killed a bunch of people, but not as much as Cletus. One day, the symbiote found Eddie and broke him out, but a piece of Venom stayed behind and it bonded with Cletus Cassidy. But Cletus Cassidy cut himself, so the small piece went into his bloodstream and bonded with his blood cells. And yeah, him and this creature become Carnage, and they just go through reaping, like, sowing untold carnage throughout the land and just killing a bunch of people. He's gonna be in the next Venom movie, and I'm just like, are they gonna have as much death as they will have when a Carnage comic comes out? Like, are they gonna bring it to that insanity? It would be rated R for sure if the Venom 2 movie does as much, if they stick to Carnage as the comic book counterpart. Yeah, so, yeah, Carnage, the reason I like him is he's not smart, he's not intelligent, he's just a man with a goal to just kill everything. It's just simple as that. He just wants to kill everything and see the looks on people's expression as he kills them, and whatever. And you may be like, okay, well, Bubs, why do you like a psychopathic murderer? I like him because he pushes Spider-Man to the breaking point. Spider-Man is this guy who's always, holding back. He doesn't want to kill anyone. He's always doesn't want to kill. He, will hurt them to, whatever, subdue them, so they go to prison and stuff, and, break bones and whatever. But he will never purposely try to kill. But when it comes to Carnage, not only does Spider-Man has to team up with Venom or, other people, he always struggles in his mind. Should I just kill this guy and get it over with? Should I just break my moral code and just rip him to shreds and burn him and just get rid of this murderer psychopath dude? And I just always enjoyed that. There's a bunch of great series with Carnage. Now, Carnage, I consider him an S tier. He should be an S tier villain by all standards. He should be up there on the threat levels of Doom and Thanos and Ultron. I see it that way. But they don't really use him a whole lot. But when they do use him, it's always just So I think Venom 2 is going along the Maximum Carnage storyline, which was I think early 2000s, whatever. So there's a character that's been released in Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. One of the characters, there's a female character that appears in Maximum Carnage. So Carnage breaks out of is pretty much a black belt again, I think, whatever, a rehabilitating center. And as he's going around doing his thing, killing people, he comes across a cell with a girl in it, and the girl's just oh man, you want whatever, and they somewhat become a love interest. Not really. They kind of do and don't. It's complicated. I recommend reading the series so you kind of understand whatever. It's kind of like an abusive relationship that they're totally fine with. The girl just enjoys Cletus Cassidy's insane personality, and Cletus Cassidy will just roast her and just hit her around a lot and whatever. She kills some people, and he's you killed them without my permission, and starts beating her up a little bit and whatever. But yeah, she yeah. Anyways, And they also get a Spider-Man doppelganger clone thing. It's like, and I think it's an alien, right? I don't know. I don't really read a whole lot of comic books, but I do and I don't. I just read a bunch of random ones, and then I watch like some storylines on YouTube. You can find like the complete series on YouTube of Maximum Carnage or Absolute Carnage or not Let There Be Carnage. Absolute Carnage Series 2 and Venom Island and whatever. And Annihilation Wave is probably out there as well. I should probably read that. I somewhat dabbled in Annihilation Wave, but whatever. So, for series I recommend you reading, if you're going to read Carnage, I recommend you do the first series, the Absolute Carnage, first one, True Believers series, just to, like, introduce Cletus Cassidy. Then I recommend you read Maximum Carnage if you're gonna watch Venom 2, just so you can, like, understand what the girl's ability is and how the dynamic will probably be in Venom 2, the movie. And then Carnage USA shows just how powerful Carnage is. Carnage USA, I still need to like look into it and read it, or like watch a video on YouTube that covers it or whatever. But Cletus Cassidy breaks out of prison, no duh, and he goes to some random town, like just some random like far out town, and he pretty much spreads his symbiote out, affecting the people of the town. So Cletus Cassidy, well, a lot of the symbiotes like Venom and Toxin and Screech and Anti-Venom, there's like a bunch of symbiotes out there and whatever. There's like way too many. There's a lot. There's actually one symbiote that's more deadly than Carnage and killed more people than Carnage. Is actually more crazy than Carnage out there in the universe. I forgot its name, but it's a part of some like in space. There was this top secure prison where all the deadly of the deadly go. Like if Gamora was ever captured, she would instantly be transported to that prison and whatever. But there's this guy who has a symbiote bonded to him that's locked into prison, and he's considered the third most deadliest being in the universe, in galaxy or whatever. Like, he's like up there, probably next to Thanos, and I forgot who, like whatever. He's just really high up there. He was like killed countless planets, causing them to be just unlivable and whatever. Yeah, so whatever. Anyways, I forgot where I was. That alien just lost my track. Whatever. But anyways, yeah. So Carnage U.S. It has the Avengers going in, stepping in, and but yeah. So yeah, they step in. They get instantly wiped and defeated. But yeah, Cletus Cassidy, due to the symbiote bonding with his blood, it's like actually a part of him. You would have to incinerate Cletus Cassidy to get rid of Carnage. So yeah, Cletus Cassidy is there. The reason why I don't say Carnage, so like Carnage, sure, yeah, when I say it, a lot of people would think Cletus Cassidy, but people have actually worn the Carnage symbiote. Like the Green Goblin. He became the Red Goblin when he was wearing the suit, but my point stands that other people have worn the suit. That's why I said Cletus Cassidy, just to clarify that part. Yeah, but yeah, he can ooze the symbiote off of him and have it enter other people, and then he can like somewhat mind control him. Well, not somewhat, actually can mind control the person. He like takes over the Hulk. And no, wait, that was Venom. So in Absolute Carnage Series 3, Venom takes over the Hulk. No, either Venom or Carnage. I forget. No, yeah, I think Venom left A. Brock to go onto the Hulk to try and kill Carnage, and then Carnage went onto the Hulk and like mutated, and then the Hulk became Carnage Hulk and whatever. Anyways, I'm getting off track. But yeah, so Cletus Cassidy, I just like him because he's like top tier, deadly scale villain level, and they don't really treat him that way in comics until a couple of appearances. But so in Maximum Carnage, like other people come in to join, help Captain America and his squad, and stuff, help in Maximum Carnage. In Carnage USA, the Avengers step in and get wiped, and then a special group of symbiotes. So you have Agent Venom, and then the Anti-Venom, I think, and like the other 5 symbiotes that were, yeah, whatever. I know this is Heroes Explained, and I'm not explaining this well. But anyway, so Annihilus and Carnage are my 2 favorite characters. I love the look of Nylas so much. I love his character. They don't use him a whole lot because he's in the negative zone, and I'm like, that's understandable and stuff. But with Cletus Cassidy, he's in the main universe. He can easily escape a bunch of prisons, but they don't use him a whole lot. Which is somewhat understandable because they only bring him out to just like show the best in Spider-Man. Spider-Man's usually struggling with something, or A. Brock is. He fights Spider-Man and A. Brock. He's pretty much just that, like, A. Brock and Peter Parker's mortal enemy, and he just constantly comes out, and they both team up, and it's awesome when they team up and fight him. And yeah, I just like it because Spider-Man, he just has to team up with someone to bring him down. And it's good. But yeah, I recommend Annihilation Wave. I don't really know too many Annihilus story stuff. There's like a couple of series stuff of him, whatever. I think no, that's King the Conqueror. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, Annihilation Wave is my recommend Annihilus comic book series line. For Carnage, I recommend Absolute Carnage first series, the True Believer first appearance one, Maximum Carnage, and Carnage USA. Those are the 3, and I truly want to know more Annihilus like series or like comic appearances and stuff. But yeah, I just haven't been really too in depth on both of them actually. Whatever. This is Bubs, and I have to go because, like I said, Jommers have to use this computer for school. So I'll catch you guys later. I'll probably, hopefully, make a video next month. Anyways, so Bubs out, I guess. Yeah.